What's up, guys? I hope you all are having a fantastic day today. Just full of positivity and happiness, dude. But no, in all seriousness, I hope you guys are staying safe out there. You know, you aren't going too stir-crazy stuck inside, because I'm gonna be honest, man, I'm kind of losing it a little bit. Like, I'm not sleeping at night anymore. I'm not getting tired. Like, the days and nights are just starting to blend at this point. I'm really sick of going to Walmart, dude. Like, I've been to Walmart like 12 times in the past 3 weeks, because I'm gonna be honest, guys. Like, I am legitimately sick of being inside at this point. I have not slept for more than 3 hours of the night in probably a week, and that's actually kind of scary to think about. But anyway, making these YouTube videos helps take my mind off of it, and well, we are in for a really good one here today, I think, because once again, games journalists are once again attacking Modern Warfare 2's No Russian mission. You know, I thought we settled this back in like 2009, 2010, around that time, but apparently not. We're still on this a decade later. And well, the title of the article we're going to take a look at here today is Modern Warfare 2's No Russian doesn't hold up. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2's No Russian mission was edgy and controversial at the time, and it hasn't aged well, by Brandon McIntyre. Now, I think we should get some context on the author of this wonderful article and just absolute masterpiece of games journalism, because it'll give you an idea of exactly the type of person who would still be upset over a decade-old campaign mission at this point. Brandon McIntyre is a writer and avid gamer from Albuquerque, New Mexico. He considers himself an expert on breakfast burritos and always enjoys a coffee shop. But anyway, I guarantee the article is much more cringy than the actual bio. Personally, I feel attacked by this article, dude, because I'm not gonna lie, Modern Warfare 2's No Russian mission is probably my favorite video game mission of all time. And you know, that may make me sound like a psychopath, but that's perfectly fine, because when I first got Modern Warfare 2, I remember it like perfectly. I was like 12 at the time, and you know, being an edgy 12-year-old, I put in the disc to my PS3, started the campaign like I always do with Call of Duty first, and I remember seeing the thing like, do you want to skip the sensitive content? And I got the 2 warnings, and both times I said no. And I just remember early on in the campaign, when you get to this mission, dude, like my mind was completely blown that you got to shoot up the entire airport. Like, I just remember thinking like, holy shit, I've never been able to do something like this in a campaign before, and no game has ever like encouraged you to do something like that. I don't know, it's one of the most memorable moments I have in gaming. I think it really set the tone perfectly for that entire campaign and made it such a fantastic campaign that it was. And well, guess what? I didn't turn out to be a complete psycho murderer because I played that campaign mission. So, you know, I do think it's kind of funny that this is getting brought up with the new Remastered. But anyway, you know, this should be pretty fun to go through this article and listen to this dude bitch and moan about a decade-old campaign mission and how it's too offensive for 2020. So without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and check out this fantastic article. Once upon a time in 2019, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 was considered one of the edgiest games of its time, but really only for one reason: the notorious No Russian mission. Well, I mean, yeah, that was a pretty edgy mission, but also, you know, the people in the Modern Warfare 2 lobbies, I would say they're a little bit more edgy and definitely gave the game a bigger reputation, in all honesty. You know, Xbox Live back in the day was the place to be, dude. That place was sick as fuck. I love old school Xbox Live. I miss those days so much, dude. Even on the PS3, where we didn't even have party chat, MW2 lobbies were still so toxic. I mean, I loved that game so much. Oh, those were good times. You know, I sound like a fucking boomer right now, but anyway, yeah, let's keep going with this article. In the No Russian mission, you play as a double agent assigned with the task of acting as a terrorist as you walk behind multiple actual terrorists with the hope of ultimately undermining them after all is said and done. The mission really consists of 3 parts. The first part has you in an elevator at an airport with the terrorist. One of the terrorists looks at you right before the doors open, and utters the now often cited phrase, "Remember, no Russian." Here, he references the fact that none of the terrorists are to speak Russian to disguise their nationality. Now, this part's irritating to me because this dude knows so little about Modern Warfare 2 that he doesn't even know that it's Makarov who says this. You know, the main villain of the game, one of the most iconic villains in first-person shooter history. It just really shows you the type of person that we're dealing with here. Someone who has obviously never played the game. He probably watched some gameplay from the mission and was like, oh my god, it's so offensive, dude, and took it completely out of context. But anyway, what else can you expect from games journalists in 2020? It's not exactly a job that demands the best and brightest. The midsection simply involves an all-out shooting spree in which you nonchalantly walk around the airport, shooting all civilians in sight. I don't think it's really nonchalant, dude. The way they handled it, I think they did a pretty good job. Like, the music in the background, the screams of pain and terror, you know, people trying to crawl away from you for their lives. Like, I think the way they handled it was pretty sincere and really set the tone, like I said like several times in the past. But where I think it kind of gets nonchalant is where people like me take the scene and edit in the background Wii Sports music, because why not? That was just a random thought I had one day.
Remember, no rush.
I don't know if it makes me fucked up for coming up with that, but I just absolutely love it. But back to the article. However, though you don't need to shoot any civilians, you are still able to within the mission. This section lasts for quite a while, thank God. The final section of the mission sees your character get off by the antagonist of Vladimir Makarov, so now you know his name, who orchestrated the entire act. This concludes a mission that was ultimately more insulting than anything else, and is certainly dated by today's standards. How is it dated? It was supposed to be a terrorist attack. It was supposed to be something horrendous. It was supposed to show you that both sides in this soon-to-be war were willing to do whatever it took to go at each other and justify causing this war so they could destroy each other. That was the entire point of this mission. It was to show you that both sides are equally evil and will do anything in order to achieve victory. And like the whole theme of that campaign is like history is written by the victor, so it doesn't matter what you do leading up. As long as you win, none of that matters. That was the entire point of it. I'm not going to get into an entire analysis on the Modern Warfare 2 campaign, even though I would probably really enjoy talking about that, because like I said, I fucking love this campaign, dude. You know, I really wish I could play this campaign remastered and we could have that footage in the background, but you know, thank you Sony and Activision for making it timed exclusive. But anyway, let's keep going on with this article. I think we're kind of getting close to the end here. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2's No Russian mission has ultimately aged very poorly. It is retrospectively tone deaf now that numerous tragic mass shootings have transpired, resulting in far too many deaths. Well, dude, there's a difference between video games and real life, because you shoot someone in a video game, it doesn't mean you support murder. If you run over a group of people in GTA 5 with a truck, it's not that you support terrorist attacks in France and Germany where people got run over by a truck. There is a very big difference between reality and a video game, and it is absolutely ridiculous to say that this game should be censored or is tone deaf or is offensive because, you know, it was made before these events took place, which is even more stupid because there were shootings well before Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 came out. You know, people had died from a gunshot well before this game had released. So this entire notion is so stupid. You see it all the time with games journalists. You know, they're just looking for anything to bitch and moan about because, you know, their sensitive little selves can't handle any sort of, you know, controversial topics in video games unless it fits their agenda. But anyway, this entire thing, absolutely stupid. But, you know, let's keep going here. In hindsight, the mission appears to be made purely to spark controversy and debate, which it had done at the time. Yeah, it was a controversial mission. It was supposed to set the tone for the campaign. Like I mentioned before, it set that entire idea that both sides in this war were willing to do whatever it took to achieve victory. But anyway, yeah, I think we've all played it at this point. Some argued it was unnecessary, while others argued it made the campaign more impactful somehow. That's right, downplay the other side of the argument. Alas, real-life shootings such as the... I'll let you read them because I don't know if YouTube's gonna flag my ass for saying the names of these because, you know, I can't name the thing from China right now, so I would imagine that same system is set into place, but you can read them on screen right now just to get an idea of what I'm talking about. And the numerous others have turned No Russian into more of a head-nodding mission than a harrowing one. Well, yeah, the more you play it, the more it doesn't really matter. That's kind of like sensitivity, bro. Like, if you expose yourself to it over and over again, of course, it's not going to have the same impact as when you first played it. Like I said, when I first played this campaign mission, it, like, blew my mind. I could not believe what I was seeing. Like, I could not believe a video game would allow you to do something like this, especially back then, because, you know, people were pretty uptight about what games could have in them. So, to me, it was really impactful. But, you know, the more you play it, the more it's like, okay, yeah, I've already seen this before. And that's true with most things in life. But anyway, let's keep going. We're almost done here. It's a stark reminder that these kinds of things have happened on a more frequent basis than we would like, yet nothing seems to change, and no video game mission could really build on the situation. Like, I don't think they were trying to build on the situation of real-world events. They were just trying to tell their own story by using this horrific event that took place in the game to set the tone for the rest of the story. Like, this is not complicated. Video games do not have to make a statement about real-world events. And even if they do, you know, we shouldn't judge them because, you know, something happens in a game that happens in real life a couple years later. That, to me, is really stupid. It's drawing false connections that really shouldn't exist whatsoever. And it's exactly what people were bitching about back in 2009, dude. You're like 11 years too late, you fucking boomer. While the No Russian mission has been burned into the consciousness of many FPS fans, it need not be remembered as an effective political commentary. Rather, this is an piece of art, part of an otherwise great game that falls flat with the passage of time. Well, no, I think basically everybody would disagree with you there, because the number one thing I can almost guarantee you everyone was looking forward to in the new Modern Warfare 2 campaign remastered was replaying this mission, because it had such a lasting impact on them when they played it for the first time. You know, that's my humble opinion. You know, correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section or not, but anyway, guys, you know, I figured this would be a pretty big-brained article to go through because, I don't know, man, it's kind of funny how these old topics are coming back around. Like, I remember back in the day, like, trying to convince my mom, like, yeah, Mom, it's not a big deal. Like, don't worry, the controversy surrounding this game, it's nothing to worry about. And I remember she bought it for me because, you know, I was 12, dude. I couldn't go and buy M-rated games because, you know, it'd turn me into a psychopath if I didn't have parental supervision. But anyway, yeah, like I said, great game. I love that mission. It's one of the most iconic moments in gaming, and no matter how much these games journalists try, they'll never take it away from us, guys. But anyway, if you did enjoy this video, feel free to leave a like on it. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, I do want to make an announcement. I did start a Twitch channel, and I do plan on doing some live streams there. I did a test stream the other day, and, well, it seemed to work fine. You know, it's not the best quality because my upload speed from Comcast is complete dog shit, so, you know, it's watchable. It looks good. There's no, like, distortion, really, or anything like that, at least when we tested it. So, you know, follow me on Twitch. I plan on doing some streams there. I want to try to get partner or affiliate or whatever the hell it's called over there, so, you know, I can get my Wings of Redemption on and be like, subscribe, donate, or get the fuck out. But no, in all seriousness, I plan on just, like, streaming there every once in a while, doing, like, some live Q&As or stuff, just hanging out, playing some video games, watching some cringy videos live on air. I don't know. It just seems like it'd be pretty fun. So if you're interested in that, the link will be in the description and in the pinned comment, so go check me out there and make sure to hit that follow button, dude, so you're up to date whenever I start streaming. But with that said, I want to thank you all so much for taking the time out of your day to check out this video and for all the recent support as well, and I will catch you guys next time.